Hi! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Johanna, me, my dog and books. This is the start of another weekend vlog, but I'm starting this on a Friday morning. I am working, got all my, well I haven't started, I'm having my oatmeal, or as I call it, porridge, and my coffee, yes, Summerween vibes. Actually, I've seen quite a few of my amazing booktuber buddies that they don't know that they're booktuber buddies because I've been watching them for years and just give them all the likes and comments. But I consider them buddies. Been watching a few of them do Summerween, where I think it's Gabby Reeds that started that one. I'll tag her channel below. It's all about, you know, spooky vibes in the summer, as you probably guess. So it's over a week, I think, and I've totally missed it this year, so I've not got involved. Oh, it's the Clippy Clocks who is coming in the door. Don't know if you can see her. Patty, you come and say hello. Come and say hello. Oh. Hello. She's saying hello. You're going to have a big, they've all been walked and fed. No, that's my oatmeal. That's my porridge. She doesn't know what that's my porridge, you're not allowed it. You'll buy me tail. You're just going to have a morning snooze. Well, Mummy earns your keep, so she does. Yeah, so I've not got involved in it this year. And like, I have done it like off radar. I don't know what that means. As in, mostly I've got involved and tried to read spooky books and watch spooky films. There's lots of prompts and stuff, but I was thinking next year, like, there's a few booktubers that have like done a daily vlog throughout on what they're reading in Summerween, and I've never done that before, so I think for next year I need to keep my eyes peeled on when it's announced in next summer. Although I think they do a winterween anyway. Maybe that's an idea if I was just to take some time off work, just to because like some of them are reading like a book a day. I can't always, like with life stuff and work, do that without taking some time off. Anyway, I'll think about that later. So leaving that with you, would you be interested in like a read along kind of theme thing on videos? And anyway, it's getting my ideas going, my thoughts. I don't know what. Anyway, why did I start the weekend reading vlog on a Friday? Well, I'm about to start work. I'm gonna have my breakfast first, checking in on the emails and all of that. Yesterday was a manic day in work, so I'm hoping for but it was very productive, so I'm hoping for a similarly productive day. The sun is shining, so that is lovely to see, but it's not too hot. It might get in the OH's office. He is away down to, is it across and down? It's just past Edinburgh. It's away to North Berwick to watch the Scottish Open for the day, for the golf. He's a mega golf fan, so I think Rory McIlroy, if anyone's into golf, is playing, yada yada, but it'll be a lovely day for him. So got the day to myself working, and then this after work probably do a bit of yoga and walk the dogs and some bookish stuff. So what else was going to tell you? Oh, I've also got some nice working news, which I've not got in writing yet, but it's going through HR and stuff. So I'd made a request to do compressed hours, so work full time over 4 days instead of 5 days. So I've had it verbally approved, so I'm kind of excited. It's not going to start till middle of August for like a 6 month. I can already hear my emails. Can you hear that? Don't start it till the middle of August, but it means that I would work Tuesday to Friday. So I work my full-time hours over that, so slightly longer days, and then I would get Monday off, which is super helpful. It means when I'm helping, when my mum's over, she can stay for an extra day. I can help give her and my wee sister a break from each other and help out a bit more there. But also just for my whole, it's called work-life balance request, just for my own mental health, resilience, and dedicate a wee bit more time to this stuff that I enjoy, that actually builds my resilience. Is someone that I work in digital marketing. A lot of stuff I do is like social media advertising, and that is can take a lot out of you. I think the older I get, the more that I'm just like, I need a better work-life balance. And I think the legislation in the UK changed. So it used to be when, it changed in April. So previously when you were making work-life balance requests in the UK, you had to have caring responsibilities and you had to be working in your place of work for 26 weeks. And you can only make the request once a year, once every 12 months. That's all changed now. You can request it from your place of employment as soon as you start. You don't have to have caring responsibilities, and you can ask up to twice. You can make that request up to twice in 12 months. I work in public sector, so there's lots of process and stuff, but I don't know what it would be like in the private sector, but they're kind of much more amenable to it because quite a lot of people work different, whether it's part-time, compressed, flexible, and I also work hybrid, hence I'm working from home today. So I'm normally in the office 2 days a week. Why am I telling you all this? I have no idea. Do you care about what I do in work? Not really. Well, maybe you do, but anyway, I'm sharing it because see the relief knowing that I've got, it's a 6-month trial, so see that it works for me and our team, which I think like everybody else in my there's a wee sort of digital marketing team within the wider marketing team, and pretty much all my colleagues bar our kind of direct line manager all work various part-time or compressed hours, so, or job share. So I'm like, they're so like on board with it. So it's not like I'll leave them. So on the Monday that I'm off, that they just need to pick everything up at all. So yeah, I'm so excited. I've requested it like at the end of May, and I've kind of went, so I only got confirmation recently. I haven't got it in writing yet, but that's just our HR process. So if our head of department line manager is fine with it, that will all just be paperwork, I think. Anyway, we'll keep you posted. Hey, might mean that I can actually improve the quality of my videos. And you'll get to see some more of my mum sometimes, which I know for any of you who've watched my videos before, my weekend green vlogs, you like a wee cameo from my mum. So yes, and then this weekend, what's happening, it's quite one. Mum's not here, she's back home. My wee sister, her husband, and my 2 nephews are back home from their holiday, so that'll be a full-on house at their end. So this weekend, tonight, I've decided I'm going to get back in. I keep saying this and I don't do it right, but I have decided I'm going to get back into my cross stitch. So when I've been working, I've had a bit of the floss tube, which is like cross stitch version of booktube, apparently. So I've just kind of stumbled on that, and I've just got them kind of playing in the background as a bit of inspiration while I'm working away. So I want to pick that up this weekend because I've got no clear plans other than borrowing the lawnmower from the neighbour next door, because I went over the cable. I'm not going to tell them that, I'm just going to say my lawnmower's broke, because I mean, if someone said, can I borrow your lawnmower because I broke mine by going over the cable, I would be like, don't go over mine. So bit of gardening. I need to now paint the kitchen ceiling because we had a self-inflicted flooding incident by leaving a tap running, so I need to try and paint that, and maybe go a cycle with the other half. He's been down in Wales with work, and now he's away in North Berwick for pleasure for the Scottish Open. See, my beeps, I better get on. And so might do that, and then for anyone interested in football, the Euros final is on, so the OH will be going to his friends to watch that. So I'll have Saturday evening to myself. And also with the tragic, as someone who loves horror and Stephen King, and also all of that, with the tragic passing of Shelley Duvall, this weekend will have to be dedicated to rewatching The Shining at some point. I'll obviously chat to you about all the books I'm reading. We did get a cheeky haul when I was in work. A cheeky haul. It's just one book. I went to, there's an Oxfam bookshop close to where I work, and I got a little book from there, so I'll show you that. And anything else that comes up. Anyway, that was a very long, rambly introduction to this weekend's weekend dream vlog, which is starting on a Friday, because who doesn't consider the weekend to start on a Friday? I don't know, but I do. So come on the journey with me and enjoy my weekend with me.
It's a Sunday lunchtime, so I'm taking the kids a walk. Here we are here. Hey guys. So I'm enjoying this actually weather. It's lovely. So currently listening to the Rachel incident on audio. Thanks to Savage Reads, who mentioned it as one of their top books, I think it was, of 5. I can't remember. I'll tag his video. Clearly people are doing out and about stuff because of the sunny day. Work is being productive and very busy, which is great. I'm trying not to show the regi numbers of cars, so it's surely illegal or something. I don't know. No idea. Anyway, I've got an afternoon of reporting and some content creation, and then after work I'll be uploading, finishing editing the weekend reading vlog for the week prior to this one, and hopefully borrowing my neighbour's lawnmower to mow the grass. Anyway, I'll let you go, so my arm's getting sore. Toilet time. Oh, you're both doing the toilet. Oh, don't want to show that on camera. Lucy, sorry about that. Too late now. You don't mind, don't you? You pee in public all the time. Thankfully not in the house. You coming? Come on. Oh, I know what they're waiting on. Post toilet treats. So, this is our treats. And one for Patty and one for Lucy. Look at how gentle Lucy is, Patty. Friday work is done. Laptop is off. I don't need to look at it again until Monday morning. Phew! It's been a hectic couple of days. Honestly, I feel like I've just been like this at the screen. The amount of work I've been doing. But it's productive. The last 2 days I've worked from home, which has been really helpful. It's just hard to get through like specific chunks of projects and work when you're in the office. And I do quite like being in the office 2 days a week max. Otherwise it's just like it's nice people talk to you but you get a bit interrupted. Anyway, I am now about to, wait, I'll show you. I have borrowed the neighbour's lawnmower. There. I'm not allowed to break it. I'm rubbish at telling fibs, so I actually said to them, I broke my lawnmower. Didn't say why. They didn't ask. It's like, I broke my lawnmower, promise not to break yours, and if I do, I need to buy 2 lawnmowers. I'm just rubbish, I can't lie. I didn't even need to tell them that because I just said, mine's not working, but I have an inability. So I just had to go. So I'm going to get my audiobook on, do that. Patty's currently lying down here. Lucy's curled up in her bed. So if they're up for it, I'll take them a wee walk. It's actually quite warm outside, so we'll see how they're feeling. Anyway, I'll get the audiobook on and get going. Well, as you can see, I've been having a rock and roll. I think you're a wee bit squint, I don't know. There's Patty. She's got her peanut butter cone. And Lucy's got hers in the other room because I'm having a very light snack. I'm having cauliflower hash browns and some baked beans. Mainly because I'm not really that hungry. Well, I'm a wee bit hungry, but I was just going to have yogurt and like soy yogurt and watermelon, but felt something carby. So because my Friday night has been finishing work, mowing the lawn, watering the grass, trimming the edges, hoovering as you saw, Doing the dishes there, a wee bit of mopping in the bathroom. And now I feel like the rest of the weekend I don't need to do too, I mean I need to do washing and stuff like that, but I don't need to do too much. I can maybe actually, well, I need to paint that ceiling. So it's maybe quite rude. Because the OH is out until, I don't know when he'll be back. It's North Berwick watching the Scottish Open. I think, I mean, he won't leave until Rory McIlroy's finished playing because he's an absolute fanboy. And I think Rory might be playing till like now. It's nearly 8 o'clock. I don't know. And it's still daylight. It's daylight here now until, I don't know, back at 10. Did you hear that ice cream van? Yeah, so I'm going to, I'll show you a wee set up here. I'm looking at my YouTube subscription. So I was watching some of my YouTubes while working away today. I like to sometimes have them on in the background. And was that the first yawn of the vlog? Keep me accountable if I manage to get through a video without yawning. It's good when you let me know. They're not very many. So I think I've caught up on all of Savvy's reads. Allie do is read, which I think is all I do is read, but Allie do is read. I'll watch some Jen's reading life, and I think Jack in the Book Stack has got a reading vlog. So have a wee look at that one. There's quite a few. I quite like that when I have the house to myself. I can just watch my booktubes, and especially I might put them on the big telly later. I want to read some of my book, but I just finished The Rachel Incident by, who's I? Right, I'll put it here. Apologies, I can't remember off it, but it's an Irish writer. Listening to an audio, and it's got an Irish narrators, and so the audio is really, really good. It's such an interesting story about Rachel, and mostly her, there's other obviously subplots and characters, but mostly about her relationship with her gay friend James. And it's actually a really refreshing view, and it follows them over decades, being at like kind of uni, college and stuff, and how their relationship develops. And there's also there's a professor who comes into their lives. I'm not going to say how, that is thread through the story, which is an interesting plot. But what I really liked about this story is it wasn't like the stereotypical sort of sitcom portrayal of a straight woman's friendship with a gay man, which can always be a bit, I don't know, I always find them a bit like flamboyant, and I'm not saying relationships aren't like that, but I don't necessarily think they're all straight women's relationships with gay men. And so this was really refreshing look at just their beautiful platonic and almost familial love that they have for each other, and how their relationship with each other and their other relationships develop. I found it an absolutely gripping story. I have consumed that in pretty much 24 hours. So I would probably give it a decent 4 out of 5 stars. Narration was amazing. So I would call it contemporary fiction is how I think the genre would be, but I found it just, I loved Rachel and James as two characters. I loved spending time with them. I loved seeing the trials and tribulations they go through. There's obviously an incident that doesn't come until later in the book, and there's obviously quite a lot about being a woman, an Irish woman, a woman in Ireland, and what that means for your rights as a female, and also being gay. I just really enjoyed it. It was just such a refreshing read. So I'm interested. Is something done? Oh, I know it'll be here. It's here, so you know who it is. I want to check out more of this author's writing because I really enjoyed that. Anyway, I better get stuck into my Friday night snack. Gosh, talk about wild Friday nights. This is pretty much my life. So I'll eat this, watch a bit of BookTube, and then sit to my bum on the couch. At this time of night, Lucy started taking herself to bed about 8:30 now, instead of 9:30. So, and she tells you when she wants to go to bed. She walks to the patio door, barks to get out for her bedtime pee, and then runs through and lies in her crate, waiting for you to give her bedtime treat and shut her crate up and put her wee fluffy blanket over. So we'll see how long she lasts. Anyway, I might chat to you later on this evening if I don't fall asleep, and if not, I'll see you tomorrow. Well, I'm back. It's still Friday evening, isn't it, Patty? You come in here. Come and say hello. You see them? Come on, up. Oh, cuddles. Lucy is already in her bed. I'm having a rooibos tea, and I've got, oh, excuse my huge head, measles dates. Honestly, I adore them. They're too sweet for you. So it appears, the only thing is the stones, it appears that a whole bunch of trains have been cancelled. So the OH is currently on a mammoth journey back, which on a journey that shouldn't take him that long, from North Berwick. So I mean, there's thousands of people coming out of the Scottish Open in North Berwick. Anyway, this isn't a public transport rant. He's on a bus to Edinburgh and hopefully then getting a train from Edinburgh back towards us. So at the earliest I might be picking him up at 11:15, which is very late for me. But we said we'd do it, wouldn't we? From the train station, thankfully. Alright. So Patty Cakes is a wee bit later going to bed tonight. So I've got my cup of tea, the ambience on, as you see, and I started this during the week. Hold on, the itch. Started this. It's called, I'll need to hold it there because it's called Eyes, Guts, Throats, Bones by Moira Fowley, Irish writer. Actually, the book I've just finished, The Rachel Instance, by an Irish writer, featuring I think this has won the Irish Book Award Short Story of the Year 2023. So it is a collection of short stories. It's, I would say, literary kind of weird horror. It says, the belly groan of a face unpeeled, a breakup poem recited knee deep in bog water, an ancient burial mound rising and falling like a chest, the ghost of Stephen Gately. It's from Boyzone, wasn't he? Reading the ingredients on a ham and cheese sandwich. Startling, sinister and irresistibly joyful, Moira Fowley's award-winning debut collection about queer female bodies at the end of the world unravels all of our darkest impulses and deepest fears. So I'm on the third story, and this is wild. This is utterly wild. Like, I think, and so I'm buddy reading it with some friends, and I'm waiting for some of them to get, or like one of them to get to the point where they've read like the same stories as me, because I want to go like, am I understanding this? Did I get the gist of what this was? It's so hard to explain, but so unique. So the jury's out on what I think about it. I think I'm enjoying, like, I think I'm slightly in awe with how mind-bendingly weird it is, but I think I'm enjoying it, so I'm going to read some of that, because I'm not that far in. Read some of that. Oh, look, there's funny. I've just seen that. So normal text and then funny text. It's not funny, it's more like typewriter text. Better not look ahead, because they'll just spoil something for me. Anyway, going to have a wee read. Need varifocals, hence the glasses come off. And then I'll pick up the OH later on, I think. Paddy, is it time to get up, Paddy? Paddy. Time to get up. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's time to get up, isn't it? It's time to get up. You want me to get up? I'll get up. It's Saturday morning. I actually slept longer than I normally do. It's because it's 7 AM. Managed to switch you off and have been talking to you for the last 5 minutes without recording. You can tell it's first thing in the morning. I've not had anything yet. So I was just filling up my decaf machine, show you. Oh no, it's just the side of the machine with my decaf coffee with a scoop or two of caffeine and a little bit of sweet ground cinnamon in there. Got that from Sainsbury's. I've also managed though to spill the coffee powder everywhere, so I'm now gonna have to get the hoover out and scoop that up. That is now a mess. Anyway, what was I saying to you before? I was saying to you because for the last 5 minutes, because I haven't recorded it. Oh, do I? So the book I started reading the book I went to bed with was If You Like It Darker. Patty's got a week off. If You Like It Darker by Stephen King, which I'm still reading, because the other one, Eyes, Throat, Gut, Throat, Bones, the one I was reading on the couch last night. I appreciate writing. I appreciate the writing. And I appreciate I'm in awe of how bizarre it is, but I think it's so bizarre, I'm not really sure I'm understanding it. I'm not sure I'm clever enough to get, like, the moral of the story. Like, I think so much of it is going above my head, so I think I might have to DNF. Anyway, I'm still half awake, as you can tell. Patty's not. Patty's raring to go, isn't he? Peppermint. You're so tiny down there. Anyway, she is got Lucy's already ran upstairs to bed. They've both been at the back to do their business. On a Saturday morning, we don't go straight. Oh, bless you. It's like a furball cough she gets. And she does take it. She's on half a steroid a day for it, but it gets worse. It seems to get worse in the summer months, and I don't know if it's like the grass or whatever. Your tail's wagging like nobody's business. You're going to come up and go upstairs and read with your sister, Lucy? Does anyone else who's got animals? Love the smell of their animal. Anyway, better go and tidy up this. Oh, here's Lucy, look. She came down wondering why I hadn't came upstairs yet. Morning to sister. They love each other really. Right, I'm gonna get this coffee on after hoovered up the mess I've made. Bye. Bye, you okay? Oh, Papa. Anyway, off to bed. Hopefully soon with a cup of coffee and a book. Say, why on the table? I'm just sitting here reading my book because I need some cool air. I'm too hot. What are you doing? You're not allowed on the table. Can you get down, please? Can you get down, please? I know you want cuddles, but I'm not giving you a cuddle on the table. Get off the table. Oh my god, this art, can you hear me? Get off the table, get down, come on, down. Down. I'm not betting you on it. Don't you dare. What are you sitting on the table for? This is bad manners. Get down. Lucy, get down. Come on, down. Here, down. Down. Get down. Oh. Was my feet on the chair that you wanted to sit on? Am I not allowed up here too? We'll just get like, let me in. Oh, Saturday morning with the doggos. Patty is down there on the beanbag. What's wrong? You want attention? I made myself a cup of tea. You want to make me a cup of tea, please? No? I'm just going to get comfy? Oh, it's a tough day for you, isn't it? That was a tough run. It's just, right, I'm not a fast runner, I'm not a long distance runner, I just go slow and steady just to get my heart going and clear my mind. I couldn't get a breath today, it's so muggy, like that is the clouds, but it's warm and muggy. Anyway, started the Silence Factory, historical fiction by Bridget Collins, and so far I'm very intrigued. I'll tell you more about it later because I'm disgustingly sweaty. I better go and sort that out. First though, for my cool down, we'll walk the doggos. Well, I'm post run, showered, did a bit of weeding, walked the dogs, and now I need to go to the food to go and get my messages at the shops. Messages. Oh, is that Scots for? Anyway, it's groceries basically. I just need to go and get my messages in because I normally do an online food shop, but a bit skint at the moment, so off to Aldi for the deals. And also, oh, why does everything cost so much? Kind of wish I didn't need a car. Like, I need a car to get around. Oh, I kind of wish I didn't. We just paid for its MOT and service like 2 weeks ago. And after it, and to be fair, our garage is really good. But after it, I was like, I can hear a chugging noise, like sounds like the exhaust. So David got it checked and basically our exhaust needs replaced. Oh, so they've just quoted us for that. And I'm like, oh my God. So, still need to buy a new lawnmower because I borrowed the neighbours. Dishwasher is off the to buy list right now in the grand scheme of I can wash dishes because I need to get the car fixed. I mean, it's still running. Why is adulting so hard? Anyway, I was going to be painting the ceiling today, but now because I need to go and get my messages in for the week and take books back to the library, I think I might bump the painting of the ceiling into tomorrow because I don't even know what time it is. It's nearly 2 o'clock and I'm tired. I still need to go and do stuff, so I want to just sit and read for a bit. sit in my calm, happy place and pretend everything doesn't cost so much money. Now totally regret buying a jumper in the sale yesterday, which I'll show you later. It says reading for pleasure. Add-on sucks. Hello. Well, I've done shopping, put all the shopping away. I'm one of those people that washes all my fruit and veg beforehand. Done that, made pizza and had my pizza. I am well and truly stuffed. And I went to the library, so I'm going to show you what I got at the library. Most of which I don't recall how or why I reserved it, but I had 1, 2, 3, 4 reservations, and I picked one up on the, because I saw it on the shelf while I was there, because I don't need any more library books, but I also don't need to buy any more books, and that stops me from buying books. It's just getting loads of them from the library. I also managed to make a reservation for horror movie by Paul Trembley, which Paul Trembley is a horror writer, and that's his new book. I was dead chuffed I was able to order it, because I was like, oh, you don't have it, probably don't have it, don't suppose you can order it in. And it's like, no, we've actually got it in, there's a couple of reserves on it. And I'm like, oh yes. So made a reservation for that. Anyway, the first one that I kind of remember making a reservation was called First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. This is a thriller that came out this year, actually. I think I saw it on quite a lot of the kind of bestseller lists and stuff not that long ago. It says, she's stolen your identity, now you have to steal it back. So I think like she turns up at a party, she meets a stranger at a party who looks like her, has got her name, sounds like her, and she's there to take something you have, apparently. So I like that idea. I think it's going to be a good old thriller. And then this one, I have no idea. So I think some of you folks have kindly given me these recommendations. So do let me know in the comments if any of you have. This one's called Bitterhall by Helen McClory. I was reading the blurb, and I'm actually not really sure what it's about. You've got like 3 people through a weird flat share discover a stolen like 19th century like diary written by a dashing gentleman who may not be entirely dead. An interwar themed Halloween party leads to a series of entanglements. I mean, the Halloween party bit sells me on it. I actually don't know what the genre is. No idea. But if anyone knows how this is on my list and I reserved it, let me know. Then clearly someone has recommended this author to me, because I've ordered 2 of these books from the library, and it's Dundas. So the first one, which I think is their first book,
which sounds very different to this one. This one's called Goblin, so you follow Goblin, who's a young girl. That's her name. She's an outcast. It's World War II in London. And she's obviously, after watching all the horrific events happening in London, she takes refuge. She gets kind of feral and she's living off the streets under the radar with like animals as her friend. So that's set in like World War II times, and then you go forward to 2011 where a much more elderly goblin gets an unwanted phone call to return to London amidst the riots to face the ghosts of the past. So firstly, love the name. Again, I'm not really sure what the genre is. Also like this dedication. In memory of the pets. And then there's this other one, which this one sounds amazing, and when I saw it, it said, like when I was looking at the genre at the back, it says file under dystopian nightmare. So I'm here for that. I'm here for file under dystopian nightmare. In a world where HellSans is a font that everything's in, like the typography of every word you read and everything like that, because the government have made this font, HellSans, that makes everyone calm. So they're subdued, apart from if you're allergic to it, and then reading these words can utterly kill you, and it was really painful. And so you follow two characters. One is Jane Ward, who's a famous CEO apparently in this world, and she falls ill because she becomes allergic to the font, and her life falls apart, and she ends up in this ghetto with all these HellSans, HSAs I think they're called, because like they're allergic. And then you've got this doctor scientist who has a cure for it, but is being chased by the government, because obviously for the government it is not helpful for people to be cured of this font in which an entire population is under their calming or subdued influence. Sounds absolutely fascinating. So it's a nice copy book. And then this one I picked up at a counter for two reasons. And the cover, and also I've read other books by William Hussey. It's called Jerricho Kills, I think, which is a crime thriller series actually, because he's got two books out, and I love the character Jerricho. He is he's gay, he's from a travelling community. Amazing character, because I love the diversity of that, and a great crime thriller overall. So I was like, oh, recognise this author. So the Outrage is based in, it's set in England where there's a very far right government, and there's rules for everything. One of them is a character, Gabriel, is that he's gay, so he's not allowed to be gay. So that's a bad thing in this world, so obviously trigger warnings for homophobia. So he has to try and protect that, but even more so he has to try and protect his boyfriend Eric, because he's, for many reasons, also obviously Eric's gay, but Eric's father is the chief inspector at the Degenerate Investigations. As you can imagine by the title, he is not, what's the word, an ally of these two boys. Anyway, it's described as page-turner heartbreaking. This is the Handmaid's Tale for LGBTQ plus YA. So I'm here for that. So I had a very successful visit to the library, picking up many books that I couldn't remember. See that? Picking up many books that I could not remember why I put them on my reservation list. Now, because you folks are so kind, I suspect that many of you have mentioned some of these books, hence why I've made the requests. If that is the case, do let me know in the comments, because I have a terrible memory. But I definitely think Dundas and this Helen McClory one
must be there. First Sly Wins was on my radar because it was doing the rounds on the bookish channels, especially for thriller readers. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into that. So this evening, I'm now going to make post-dinner cup of tea, peppermint tea, get my PJs on, and I think we might watch a movie or another episode of that Apple TV series, Presumed Innocent, with Jake Gyllenhaal, which is so good, by the way. Just if you have kids, don't watch it with the kids around, because there's lots of graphic romantic scenes, because obviously one of the main characters is the main character, Jake Gyllenhaal, is a defence lawyer who worked with another defence lawyer who's been found brutally murdered, and he is being hit for her murder. He's going through the trial, but he has a family, he has a wife and 2 children, so the carnage. But Jake Gyllenhaal, and actually the woman that plays his wife and a few others in it are amazing. I highly recommend it. I watched the original movie, which I think had Harrison Ford in it when it first came out years ago. Thankfully, can't remember anything that happened, other than I did really like it. So it's a bit of a... So I can't remember where this story goes, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, if I don't see you later this evening, I will catch you on the other side on a Sunday. Well, it's Sunday morning. Good morning. I'm finishing my decaf coffee, and then I've just walked the doggos, and they've had their breakfast, and then me and the OH are going to go for a wee cycle. Well, we've got a couple hours for the doggos to just chill. So I'm just finishing this, and I've been reading more of Stephen King's You Like It Darker, and I'm really loving the short stories. I think there's only one so far that I've read that it was good but not amazing. All the other ones I'm like, he's just a master storyteller. Anyway, I'll tell you more about books later. So if the OH can do some video, because I once tried to take video while cycling when we were on holiday 2 years ago, and I went over the handlebars, so try and avoid it. Anyway, you'll soon see. And then when I get back, I want to do bacon. I haven't done bacon for a wee while, as you might have noticed if you've watched any of my earlier videos. But I need to paint the ceiling, so I need to do that. Anyway, hopefully see you later on my bike. The OH is planning our cycle. Where are we going, David? Don't know. How long are we going for? Don't know. See you on my bike. Just watching me eat an apple patty. There's the kids next door. Don't bark at them. So we're just back from our cycle, and it was great. David always plans a really nice cycle with a nice mix of trees and wildflowers and water. We even stopped for coffee. No, I was going to say here's a picture of, but I didn't take a picture of us stopping for coffee, just remember. So, but when we were there in the park, the country park we were in, we noticed there was like, what is it, like a fair, like market? It's like a market, loads of stalls, so there was like stuff for like pet food and like jewellery, fruit and veg. I think what TikTok, so we kind of had a wee wander around, and then David's like, let's cycle back home. So we went for a coffee and then cycled back home, and now we're going to go and take Lucy and Patty for a wee nosy at the park. So I don't mind doing that wee bit. I do not like taking the dogs to park areas because too many people have their dogs off leash and think they can control them, but they don't. I've had too many instances, so I get the fear. But because we'll be mostly at the market stalls, I don't mind too much. We'll be near the car, and if I get scared, I'll just, me and the dogs will just go back into the car and wait for David. But there was, I think what tipped it for David is there was a stall that was selling like Indian snacks like pakora and samosas, some veggie ones, so I think he wants to go back there and have that. So still haven't painted the kitchen ceiling. It's the kids next door, Suburbiana. So I'm going to go out there first and have a wee nosy, maybe get something for our lunch, and then I'll come back. So I'm not going to bother getting changed. I'll just put a cap on since I've got a helmet here, and take the dogs out, and that'll be their wee afternoon walk. It's actually got quite warm. Whew. Anyway, I'll take you to the market. So that's us heading. We're going to the marketplace. There's 3 things that the OH wants. What are those 3 things?
Pakora.
Samosa.
Cake.
And cake. This is the whole reason we're going back. The pups will get a sensory overload. Oh, and apparently anything else that we should wish, but he really wants veggie pakora, veggie samosa. What was the vegan cake? Anyway, this is the reason we're being driven by the witch's belly. Patty, are you eating rubbish? Fun times of painting the ceiling. And then I need to somehow cover that. It's Sunday evening. I've had my dinner. I've dropped the OH at his friend's house just along the road because they're going to watch the Euros finals, England v Spain or something. I might use that time to read my book, write some book reviews, but if you hear gurgling noises, it's just my stomach. It's been playing up a bit today, but it is what it is. IBS fun. Yeah, so just ignore. I'll carry on as normal. It's either me or the dogs. It was Lucy. So my stomach's quite bloated today. Anyway, well, to be fair, I have just eaten my dinner, so that doesn't always let it calm down after that. Anyway, I wanted to come back to you to give you an update on what I'm currently reading, and also give you an update on this one, which I finished during the week there. So this is a lasting harm, witnessing the trial of Ghislane Maxwell by Lucia Osborne-Crowley. So this is non-fiction. Well, she's an investigative journalist, but she was also one of the few reporters in the courtroom for the entire Ghislane Maxwell trial. It isn't so much about Ghislane, but much more about four I think, victims of Ghislane Maxwell. And oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's powerful, but it's also really difficult to read, because you hear she goes through many of the interrogations, both in the defence and the prosecution, and the prosecution lawyer was amazing. But when you hear some of the questioning that the defence takes, and that is the defence on behalf of Ghislane Maxwell on the victims, it's absolutely abhorrent. It's a really challenging read. But if you like books like like Know My Name by Chanel Miller, or any books that kind of deal with some that, and some of the other books that have been written by the investigative journalists behind the Harvey Weinstein exposure, I would highly recommend it. I would say it's phenomenal. It's so well written, and much more showcasing and giving the victims a voice. Highly recommend. So this was gifted to me by Fourth Estate Books, who are an indie publisher in the UK, and amazing. So from something quite hard hitting, I was like, oh, I need to read something a wee bit lighter. So I've picked up these two. Excuse me, my stomach. I've got a wee card. A friend sent me this one. So both of them, I'm kind of jumping between physical and audio. So this is the Silence Factory by Bridget Collins. Bridget Collins wrote, how much did she write? The Binding and something else. It's really about, so far it's set in like 18th century. So there seems to be two stories happening. There's one where you're you're on a ship following this journey of this female protagonist. What's her name? Can't remember already, and I'm reading it. Anyway, her story where her husband is on the way to foreign lands to discover these spiders that create this amazing web silk that they can take back. And then you're kind of like at a different period of time where this guy, Henry, I think he's like an emporium that he runs, and someone came in at some point, shared a bit of silk cloth with him in the emporium, only to discover like it has this magical ability to silence the world. So of the world, all the noise of, horse and carts, or the industrial, I don't know if you had industrial stuff in the 18th century, I don't really know, but all the noise of the world. And so he's going to meet the people behind that creation, which is linked to the spiders in the earlier story, who create this silk web. Anyway, it's quite unusual, but I'm very intrigued so far. Obviously don't know where it's going, but obviously dealing with taking of, I suppose, not so much livestock, because the spider's not like, but taking of creatures from another country and bringing them over here, and then weaponizing them, but using them for their own profit. But I mean, this cover. Then I've started this one. I mean, this cover. The eyes are the best part. Yeah, the eyes are the best part by Monika Kim. I don't know if this is translated. Anyway, it's about a Korean family. You've got the mum and their two daughters, and their dad has just left their mum for another woman, and she's really kind of struggling with all of that. And as they're eating at the dinner table, they're eating fish, and they're Korean. And I think in America. I could be wrong. Yeah, not sure. But anyway, I think they're in America. And that's by the by. They're eating their kind of fish dinner, and the mother's always like, oh, don't forget the eyes are the best part. And she's eating the fish eyes, which, even if I wasn't vegan, I'm not eating fish eyes. Anyway, she talks about how that makes her feel better and stuff like that. So her eldest daughter, Jiwan, decides that she'll try it. She'll be brave one day and she'll try it, right? So you get the whole description of it. Anyway, that happens, and then their mum meets this white guy who, George is it? Seems to have an Asian fetish, which is a wee bit uncomfortable, and they're not really, the two daughters aren't really liking him, but it's the first time her mum's been happy in ages. But then Jiwan starts like having these, I don't know if it's like dreams or visions, where she's really feeling this urge to eat the white guy. His name's George. Like eyes, he's big bright eyes, big bright blue eyes. So this keeps like following her around. So that's where we're at. He's not a really nice guy. So at the moment I'm kind of like, if there's an opportunity to eat his eye, I don't know how that comes about, but maybe try that. Anyway, I'm maybe, chapter 21 I think. They are really small chapters, which I quite like. So I'm here, like as you can, so like, yeah, they're only a couple of pages chapters, so loving it. This is weird, but I'm kind of liking it. It's better than the other weird one that I picked up, which was just so weird and abstract, that eyes, throat, gut, bones, whatever. It's just so abstract, I don't understand it. And then the other book I'm going to pick up, well, I'm also currently reading You Like It Darker by Stephen King. I'm about halfway through that and really enjoying the short stories, as I said. But I'm going to pick up Nightbitch by Rachel Yoder because it's from the library, as you can tell, but I can't renew it now. And I've been renewing it since I got it out. Let's see when it's due back. So it's due back on the 31st of May, and I've been renewing it since then, and now I've hit the renewal limit, so now I need to read it. So that's getting on my read list. And folks, I know you've helped me pick 2 books to read in July from my ridiculous, I'm pointing over there, but actually books are over there. You can't see. Or my ridiculous piles of books. And you wonderfully, I'll pick up here. Oh, sorry if you hear stomach gargling noises, I hope you can't, but anyway. So in June, you picked these 2 books for me to read in July. Or did you pick them in May for me to read in June? I've moved them into July. That is possibly also the case. Have I read any of them? No, but it was my book group during the week, and I got picked to pick the next book. So we all take a turn around and then we start again, and I picked Betty. So now I need to read it before the 15th of August. So thank you. This has urged me. Now I've got a deadline to read it. Whereas this one, I desperately want to read it. I bought it, I pre-ordered it when it first came out. Let's check when that was. Let's check. 2023, of course, right, of course. Right, so I haven't started it, and I was going to start it. I was gonna. And then this one library won't let me renew it, so now I need to read this before I read this, but I'm gonna, and I'll still, I think, if not next week, the week after, get you to pick 2 books to read in August from my never-ending number of unread books in the house. I will do that, and then I just need to get on with it. I need to get on with it. Keep me accountable. I'm failing at all failing at all my challenges right now. Need to sort that out. Anyway, I did actually, I need another coat. I did paint the ceiling. Yay me. It needs another wee coat on the kind of bit that was really water damaged. But bit of progress made. But overall a very productive and good weekend. Will I watch the football? Probably not. I might have it on in the background because it will define when I have to go and pick the OH up from his friend's house. Hopefully not too late because it's like a Sunday night. Got to get beauty sleep. And also when my stomach hurts, I'm kind of hoping it isn't. I like sometimes just going to bed early. To be hot water. Well, I can't. See, a hot water bowl used to help, right? But now as mother half says, I'm like the Ready Break man, if you know of Ready Break. UK Break. Is that only a UK breakfast cereal? Anyway, it's like an instant oatmeal cereal that you get in a box. And it gave you like a big red glow. The like on that TV advert for it gave you a big red glow. So you're like the Ready Break man. Basically, I'm uber hot. Not in any kind of like hot girl summer way, but more in a I'm melting. So, yes. Anyway, sorry, you didn't need to hear my stomach grumbles. Just the flags up. Instantly hear weird noises coming from me. It's normally my stomach. I'm just kind of that used to like try and talk over it. Anyway, sorry. By the by. So quite a few of you kindly gave me feedback on last week's reading vlog about blurbs and summaries. So I'm going to try and just give you a kind of short summary and not totally read out the blurb. Because actually, a lot of the time when I go into the book, or into a book, I don't read the full blurb. I kind of know like roughly the genre and maybe a smidgen about what it's about, like a line or two, if there's a bit of blurb, but that's about it. So I'll maybe keep that kind of more of a longer synopsis and thoughts when I'm giving you reviews. Like, hopefully that was enough for this one, but I highly recommend this if you like non-fiction. It is a difficult read though, so, and obviously if you know anything of the Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislane Maxwell trial, you'll know of the type of content that this touches on. But it is an astounding read. Don't know why I went back to that again. It's just to flag that to you. Anyway, I think I'm just getting overly chatty with you now because you'll be getting like, you know, what's that what they're doing? Like finish up? I don't know. It's Sunday night and I'm tired and I can't pick the weight up for a few hours. Otherwise it would be in my jammies. But I've already worn this jumper, my avid reader club, which I've managed to swirl loads of water on it. Get the washing on and get my jammies on and maybe watch a bit of booktube, cross stitch, or read my... Oh no, I need to write reviews. I need to write up my review for this one and my review for the Rachel incident. I think that's the only ones, because I'm terrible for getting myself too far behind and having like 5, because I like to write up reviews on like Storygraph and then Goodreads, and then I'll share it on my Instagram. You find me on Instagram, or I will do a chatty video about it on TikTok. But I'm trying to avoid getting myself in the scenario where I end up with 7 book reviews to write at once because I've not done any of them, and then trying to remember, or like trying to remember, I'll know if I liked a book, but trying to remember how to articulate that in any sensible way can be difficult. Anyway, if this is your first time watching, thanks very much for watching, and for commenting or liking. If you do like this and want to see any other videos, please do like and subscribe. Click on the subscribe buttons wherever it is on the screen, whatever screen you're watching. I really do appreciate every single one of you that spend any time watching, liking or commenting. And if you don't know what to make a comment about, but you kind of did like the video and would like to watch more, leave me a little love heart emoji in the comments. That'll make me smile. Anyway, it's not all about me. Until next time, keep smiling, be kind, and I'll see you in another BookTube.